Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I'm not consistent and the valid reason is I'm sick and also I'm working on my new project, Top Secret. Today we're going to talk about social engineering. Let's dive into the video and make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real hacking content. Now let's get started into revealing sensitive information or performing actions that may compromise their security or an organ. Number 1, phishing. Phishing is a type of social engineering attack in which attackers use email, text messages, or websites that appear to be illegitimate to trick individuals into providing sensitive information such as login credentials, credit card numbers, or personal information. These attacks are typically designed to look like they come from a trusted source, such as a bank, government agency, or well-known company. Phishing attacks can take many forms, including email phishing. Attackers send an email that appears to be from a legitimate source and contains a link or attachment that, when clicked, leads to a malicious website or installs malware on the victim's computer. SMS phishing, smishing, similar to email phishing, this is done through text messages with a link or attachment that leads to a malicious website or software. Spear phishing, attackers target specific individuals or organizations by researching and gathering personal information about their target to make the phishing attempt more convincing. Whaling. Similar to spear phishing, attackers specifically target high-profile individuals or organizations, such as executives or government. To protect against phishing attacks, individuals should be wary of unsolicited emails or text messages, especially those that ask for personal information or login credentials. They should also not click on links or open attachments from unknown senders. Additionally, it is important to use anti-phishing software and browser extensions that can help identify and block phishing attempts. Organizations can also protect themselves by educating their employees about phishing and the importance of being skeptical of unsolicited emails and messages, implementing email filters and firewalls, and using security awareness training programs. Number 2, vishing. Vishing, short for voice phishing, is a type of social engineering attack in which attackers use phone calls to trick individuals into providing sensitive information or performing actions that compromise their security. Like phishing, vishing attacks are typically designed to appear as if they are coming from a trusted source, such as a bank, government agency, or well-known company. Vishing attacks can take many forms, including caller ID spoofing. Attackers use a technique to make their phone number appear to be from a legitimate source, like a bank, on the victim's caller ID. Impersonation. Attackers pretend to be someone else, like a bank representative or a government official, to gain trust and obtain sensitive information. Scare tactics. Attackers use fear or urgency to trick victims into providing sensitive information or taking actions that compromise their security. Phishing over the phone. Attackers use phone calls to direct individuals to phishing websites or ask them to provide sensitive information via email or text message. To protect against phishing attacks, individuals should be skeptical of unsolicited phone calls and should never provide sensitive information over the phone, unless they have initiated the call and trust the person on the other end. They should also be wary of caller ID spoofing and always verify the identity of the caller before providing any information. Organizations can also protect themselves by educating their employees about phishing and the importance of being skeptical of unsolicited phone calls, and implementing call filtering and firewall technologies to help identify and block phishing attempts. Number 3, pretexting. Pretexting is a type of social engineering attack in which attackers use a fabricated scenario or story to trick individuals into providing sensitive information or access to systems or networks. The attacker creates and assumes a false identity, or pretext, to gain the trust of the victim and persuade them to reveal sensitive information. Pretexting attacks can take many forms, including impersonation. Attackers impersonate a legitimate individual or organization, such as a bank or a government agency, to gain access to sensitive information or resources. Research-based pretexting. Attackers use publicly available information to create a believable pretext and gather additional information about their target. Business pretexting. Attackers use a fabricated business opportunity or scenario to trick individuals into providing sensitive information or access to systems or networks. To protect against pretexting attacks, individuals should be wary of unsolicited requests for personal information and should never provide sensitive information or access to systems or networks without verifying the identity of the requester. They should also be cautious about providing information to unfamiliar organizations or individuals, and should not hesitate to verify the identity of anyone who contacts them by contacting the organization or individual directly. Organizations can also protect themselves by educating their employees about pretexting and the importance of verifying the identity of any individual or organization that requests sensitive information or access to systems or networks. Additionally, Organizations should implement security protocols and access controls to limit the ability of attackers to gain access to sensitive information or systems. Number 4. Baiting. Baiting is a tactic used in social engineering to lure victims into a trap by offering something of value. The goal of the attacker is to entice the victim to take some action, such as clicking on a link, downloading a file, or providing personal information. Once the victim takes the bait, the attacker can then use that opportunity to gain access to the victim's device or network, steal personal information, or install malware. There are several different types of baiting attacks, including free gift baiting. This tactic involves offering a gift or prize to the victim in exchange for personal information or to entice them to click on a link or download a file. Job offer baiting. This tactic involves offering a fake job opportunity to the victim in exchange for personal information or to entice them to click on a link or download a file. Software update baiting. This tactic involves offering a fake software update to the victim to entice them to download a file or click on a link. The file or link may contain malware. Login page baiting. This tactic involves creating a fake login page for a popular website to steal the victim's login credentials. Baiting is often used in combination with other tactics such as phishing and spear phishing. Attackers may use baiting to gain initial access to a victim's device or network, and then use phishing or spear phishing to steal more sensitive information. To protect yourself from baiting attacks, it is important to be cautious of unsolicited offers, gifts, and job opportunities, especially if they seem too good to be true. Always be skeptical of unsolicited emails, instant messages, and phone calls, and never provide personal information or click on links or download files from untrusted sources. Number 5. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo is a type of social engineering attack where the attacker offers something of value to the victim in exchange for something else, usually sensitive information or access to a device or network. The name quid pro quo is Latin for something and refers to the exchange of one thing for another. In a quid pro quo attack, the attacker may offer something as simple as technical support or assistance in exchange for personal information or access to a device or network. For example, an attacker may call a victim and claim to be a representative of a company's technical support team, and offer to help fix a problem with the victim's computer in exchange for the victim's login credentials. Another example is when an attacker may offer free software or service in exchange for the victim installing malicious software or providing sensitive information. Quid pro quo attacks can be difficult to detect because the attacker is offering something of value to the victim. It is important to be cautious of unsolicited offers of assistance or free services, especially if they seem too good to be true. Always be skeptical of unsolicited phone calls, emails, and instant messages, and never provide personal information or access to a device or network to someone you don't know and trust. To protect yourself from quid pro quo attacks, you should be cautious of unsolicited offers of assistance or free services, especially if they seem too good to be true. Always be skeptical of unsolicited phone calls, emails, and instant messages, and never provide personal information or access to a device or network to someone you don't know and trust. Additionally, it's important to keep your software and systems updated, use antivirus and anti-malware software, and be familiar with the security protocols of your organization.